The presidential suite of Orion Private Medical Center lay cloaked in artificial serenity. The rhythmic beeping of machines was the only sign that life still pulsed within the man on the bed. Malcolm Reynolds, 42 years old, titan of technology, one of the few black CEOs among the Fortune 500, had not spoken a word or opened his eyes in 18 days. He was the subject of relentless media speculation, a tragic hero who had barely survived the mysterious crash of his private jet. The red scar across his temple was the only visible trace of that disaster. But what the world didn't know, not even his private physicians, was that Malcolm had woken up on the third day. And he had a reason to keep playing dead. Behind closed eyelids, Malcolm listened. He had trained himself to control every breath, every twitch, because someone had sabotaged his plane, and he needed to know who. Outside the glass door, voices drifted in. "We need to reconsider our timeline," said Julia Reynolds, his wife of 7 years. Her voice was cold, controlled. "1 more week," replied Victor Hayes, Malcolm's half-brother and COO of Reynolds Tech. "Dr. Laron has the reports ready. Once the board votes to invoke the incapacitation clause, it's ours." Malcolm's heart pounded beneath the stillness. His instincts were right. The crash was no accident, and now the vultures were circling. "And Diana Coleman?" Julia asked. Victor smirked. "Her ethics committee is about to receive anonymous documents, fabricated, of course. She won't be a problem." Diana, Malcolm's most trusted legal advisor, a brilliant black attorney who had stood by him since law school. They were going after her too. The bedroom door slid open. New footsteps. Lighter. Softer. "Good evening, Mr. Reynolds. I'm Maya, your new night nurse." Her tone was calm, professional, free of the condescension others offered to coma patients. Malcolm inhaled faint lavender as she moved. "Your vitals are stable," she noted. Then, after a pause, her voice dropped to a whisper. "I don't know if you can hear me, but I need to tell you something. I shouldn't be here." Malcolm stayed still, though every cell was alert. "I found something in your chart last night. The sedatives you're receiving are way above protocol, and your reflex reports have been falsified." A beat. "I'm not just a nurse, Mr. Reynolds. I'm a forensic neurology specialist. Someone is deliberately keeping you under. But I'll help you, even if it costs me everything." That night, Malcolm twitched his finger. Twice. Maya froze. "You're awake," she breathed. "Blink once." From that moment, they created a system. 1 blink for yes, 2 for no. Letterboards, silent codes. Every word was a war fought against sedation. "Who?" she whispered. "Julia. Victor. Why?" "Project Aurora." Maya paled. Project Aurora, Malcolm's top-secret energy initiative. A system to bring clean, affordable electricity to low-income neighborhoods. He had kept it from the board, fearing exploitation. Victor and Julia weren't just greedy, they were trying to kill the future. By day, Maya played the dutiful nurse. By night, she was his lifeline. She smuggled in equipment, contacted Dr. Chun, a forensic neurologist. Dr. Chun arrived disguised, and after a secret exam, she confirmed Malcolm's worst fears. "He's being drugged to prevent recovery. This is criminal." "We need evidence that'll survive court," Maya whispered. Dr. Chun's eyes gleamed. "I have an idea, but it's dangerous." Malcolm blinked once. Victor strode into the Reynolds Tech boardroom, flanked by lawyers. "Malcolm has suffered irreversible brain damage," he declared. "Dr. Laurent's report recommends immediate activation of the incapacitation clause." 12 board members examined the documents. All but one nodded gravely. Elizabeth Okafor, longtime board member and Malcolm's ally, frowned. "Where is Dr. Laurent?" "Called away on an emergency," Victor said smoothly. She tapped her phone, secretly recording. Victor was inches from the throne, but the game had already changed. Back in the clinic, Malcolm opened his eyes. Maya and Dr. Chun stared, stunned. "Ready?" Maya asked. His voice was low, but strong, more than ever. The next morning, the board assembled to finalize the transfer. Victor beamed. Julia wept crocodile tears. "If there are no objections, I object," a voice thundered. All heads turned. Malcolm Reynolds walked into the room, in a navy suit, holding a cane, flanked by Maya, Dr. Chun, and Diana Coleman. "That's impossible," Victor stammered. "Is it?" Malcolm replied. Dr. Chun stepped forward. Mr. Reynolds was chemically sedated beyond medical necessity. Diana distributed documents. "Here are emails between Victor and Julia referencing permanent solutions to Aurora." Maya played a video. Victor to Dr. Laurent. "Keep him under until the board votes." Julia shrieked, "This is madness!" "Is it?" Malcolm asked coldly. "Where's your wedding ring, Julia? Pawned already?" Security entered. "Escort Mr. Hayes and Mrs. Reynolds. The police are waiting." Victor lunged toward the board. "He's killing our legacy for a charity project!" "It's not charity, it's justice." 6 months later. The rooftop of Reynolds Tech gleamed with Aurora solar panels. The foundation was laid. Hospitals began using double authentication systems. Vulnerable patients were protected. Sedation abuses were being exposed across the country. Victor sentenced to 15 years. Julia, 8 years. Dr. Laurent, medical license revoked. "You need to see this," Maya said, handing Malcolm a tablet. Children in a poor school district flipped a switch. Lights powered by Aurora. Energy bills slashed. Futures changed. Elizabeth and Diana entered. "The Reynolds Ellis Foundation is official," Elizabeth smiled. Maya blinked. "Ellis? Your name belongs on it," Malcolm said. She swallowed. "I was just doing what was right. That's why it matters." As Malcolm walked Maya through the new research facility, she watched diverse teams working together. "It's not just the tech," she whispered. "It's the culture. That's the legacy I want. Not money, not ego, impact." They stopped at the lobby. A glass plaque read, "True strength isn't how much power you accumulate, but how you respond when that power is threatened." "That's what you told me," Malcolm smiled. "Back when you were a coma patient. Back when you saved me." That night, while Victor stared at prison walls and Julia adjusted to federal silence, Malcolm and Maya drafted plans to bring Aurora to 3 continents. The betrayal that was meant to end him had become the flame that would ignite a global transformation. And it all began when one man chose to remain silent and one woman refused to.